Hello, my beautiful angel friends. This is Silver from Rome, and I've not been with you for quite a while. I got COVID, and fortunately, it was very mild. And the only thing that really remained a little bit is fatigue. But I was lucky, and everybody else is lucky. But it's a strange period now because now everybody in Italy seems to have COVID, but the disease apparently is not so dangerous anymore. And but it's a challenge because I had to stay in quarantine. I needed to have a negative test to be released from my quarantine. But in any case, I cannot complain. And it was actually an interesting period. And I have a beautiful story to share with you. I have known this story for a while, but then I went to a show. It was a musical show. And again, an author of very famous songs in Italy told about this story once again. And so I decided, because I was very moved again by this story, it's a story about rainbows, rainbows as messengers of love, friendship, and hope. Isn't this amazing? Because rainbows have always, at least for me, been, you know, messengers of happiness, of, you know, good weather after a storm, always a message from heaven, always from angels, always, since I was a child. But this time, this was actually more elaborate as a story. So I'm not going to share the names of these people. These people are very famous in Italy. One was a very, probably the most famous Italian singer of the 70s. He was very popular and he started very young and he had this kind of synchronicity meeting with another famous person who is an author of many, many famous songs in Italy. And so these two people started cooperating, and for years and years, they had a smashing success with their songs because I think that these two people were intimately connected. It was not only a business relationship, they were like two souls. And unfortunately, the singer died quite young. And I think he got cancer, if I remember correctly. And so he left this um, earthly world. Um, and this author, of course, was very sad, was devastated, even though in the last few years they had not cooperated so much as they had before. But in any case, one day, this author received a call from his secretary who told him that a medium had um, called and that this lady had said that she had dreamed of this singer and that this singer wanted him to write a new song with a text that he would share. And this author was absolutely not impressed and he didn't want to have anything to do with it. Probably he thought it was a scam. And so some time went by and the medium called again, called the secretary again, and the secretary called this author saying, look, this lady called again saying that you have to go to a certain bookstore and find a book, and in the book you will find the text for the song. And this author was very perplexed. So he didn't want to have anything to do with it. He thought it was, again, a scam. So he didn't follow up on this request. But some days later, a publisher that he knew very well and whom he trusted um, told him that he actually had the same dream, that this singer called him to um, say that he really wanted to share a song. And he said that in the dream he had seen a major beautiful rainbow, and so he decided to um, uh, publish the rainbow that he had seen in the dream on the front cover of his publication. At this point, the author was started being intrigued, and so he started following up on what this lady, what this medium had said. And in the end, he understood that he needed to really write this song. But when he looked at the text, he realized that the words were magnificent, wonderful, describing how this singer was actually living in another dimension. And that this singer told him that he was um, living in the leaves that come out in April, that he was living in the wind, that he was living in the colors, and so it was really very poetic. But there was one part of the song, of the text, of the lyrics, he was very perplexed with, because he said, um, I will be able to touch you. And so this author was absolutely um, puzzled by this part of the text. So he wanted to change it, but he had not found the music yet. Okay, well, one day he went to see another famous singer in Italy, and at that meeting there was another person who was generally providing music for different songs. And he said, I have this piece of music, but I don't know what to do with it. I have no text, I have nothing. And so during that meeting, everything became concrete, and so the song was almost finished. But the author said, I don't want to really release the song until I work out this part in which the singer says he's going to touch me, because this is impossible. But then one day he was driving his car and he started seeing a lot of rainbows. Well, sorry, I didn't tell you that for a while this author has seen rainbows all over. Whenever he was traveling, rainbows coming up, rainbows everywhere. And on that particular day, one rainbow actually was on top of his car, actually touched the car. So he was in the rainbow. And at that point, he knew that he really had to release the song as such. And in fact, he asked another singer to sing it exactly with the text that he found. And the song became a smashing success. But it is really emotional, because you can actually feel that life is still there. So that you can live in another dimension, but you don't change. It's amazing. And when I listened to the song for the first time, I knew already about this story, and I listened to the words really carefully, and the messages was so powerful, so inspiring, full of hope. And he, of course, the singer wanted to celebrate the friendship he had with this man, but then this man also had another great experience, not only related to this singer, but related to another singer for whom he had been writing a lot of songs. And that singer too, unfortunately, died. And he didn't know he was there was any problem with this singer. He was actually driving again with his son, and he started seeing this happened 15 years later with respect to the death of the first singer. So he was actually driving the car with his son, and he started seeing a lot of rainbows everywhere, rainbows, rainbows. And then he turned on the radio, and there was the news, and the news said that this singer had just died. And so again, these rainbows were used as messages of friendship, because I believe that this singer too was very much close to this author, because I think you really need to share the soul when you do something creative like this, when you're writing music, when you're writing the lyrics. And so I think they were very, very close. And this was actually a way for this soul to send a message of friendship, of hope, of hope, of hope that life is not over, that we are exactly the same as we were here on earth, except for our body, which may be also liberating, because we could actually fly. It's something that I remember when I was a child, I was very puzzled. Say, why can I remember flying. I remember I could move from one place to the other. Why can't I do it now? It was really frustrating. And so maybe we are going to be happy. I don't know. But this story was actually really resonating with me because every time I see a rainbow, I always think that there is a message from heaven, a message from angels with all their colors, Archangel Michael, and with blue, and Archangel Raphael with green, and Archangel Samuel with pinkish color, and Ariel with dark pink color, and Uriel with ruby color. All the colors of the rainbow that send us frequencies, messages, and these messages are always positive messages of hope, of life, of true existence, the true essence of who we are. That is multi-dimensional beings, not limited by our physical existence, but much, much more. So I wanted to share this story because I really thought that this story was inspiring for everybody. So next time you see a rainbow, just stop and ask the rainbow, do you have a message for me? Because I think the message is there, whatever it is. It could be, hi, this is a good day. It's a wonderful day. Or I love you. Or you are supported. Or you are a wonderful person, a wonderful being of light. So whatever the message is, just even the feeling of amazement, of wonder when we see something so beautiful, so amazing. I am sure that rainbows are always seen by people as something really wonderful, something really beautiful because of all the colors and the spectrum, and the fact that the colors seem to be actually separate, but they blur into one another. It is so spectacular. And generally, then we see the rainbows in the most incredible situations when there is a storm, and then the sky becomes blue again, and then we see the rainbow, and it's such a beautiful thing. Or we see the rainbow when I water the plants, and I look at the sun hitting the water, and there is a little rainbow there. And so I always think of elementals in this on this occasion, because elementals always with me in the garden. I think I belong to the elementals because I'm so attached to nature. So that's why also probably rainbows are really resonating with me, because all the things that are related to nature are really close to my heart and to my soul, to my origin. And so I think that rainbows are so important. So you see that angels speak to us in many different forms, in many different ways, through colors, numbers, and flowers. There's the beautiful flowers you see in my background. They speak us through the the birds singing, in all the wonderful music we have in nature, and it's just amazing. It's just I think that we really are able to see the beauty that we have in the world wherever we go, because there is beauty everywhere. There is magic everywhere we go. And if we turn our thoughts from frustrations and limitations and anger, and then we start thinking of actually seeing, noticing the beauty that is everywhere, I think that our lives are transformed. It is that simple. I think that, of course, it's necessary for us to make an effort at the beginning, because I think as children, we are always one, um, amazed at the world around us. Children are always exploring, looking for things and everything. And unfortunately, as we grow up, we lose that curiosity. And I think we should actually go back to it, because there is so much. There is so much in everything. And so I would like to leave you with this message saying that I'm back. And I'm sorry for last week, but I had technical problems. And because something has changed in the platforms. I'm not really a nerd, a tech nerd. So it took me a while to figure out what was happening on the platforms, but now everything seems to be settled. So I hope to be with you more and more, and also with my Italian program for my Italian friends, which I'm going to whom I want to say hello in Italian, which is ciao a tutti. Ciao can mean hello and goodbye. So it's both. So I tell you, I say to all of you, ciao, and see you next time. That's over. Bye bye. Have a wonderful day.